Welcome back. No, it's not robbery. No, there's nothing to see here. Just no. No to this. No, right? And no to this. But it's fun, right? Huh? Well, for me, not for you. Look, I love you, man. I love you. I love you like a brother. But this time, you're wrong. You are just wrong. Any little call exemplifies everything, right? However, how about this one? Okay. Will Anderson and other players before the game said, hey, we knew we had to go into Kansas City and beat the Chiefs and the referees. Right there, right? That, my good friend, is a major reason why the Chiefs beat Houston this last weekend. And I know that's a little bit of a conflicting message there, but the fact that Houston believed it to be true really did affect them in that game. So I'm CJ. Some call me the coach. Thanks, Peter. This is the Dirty Landry Experience. Welcome back. Now, it's always fun trying to convince someone that there is no deep, dark conspiracy in the National Football League, by the league or the refs for that matter, to get Patrick Mahomes his fourth Super Bowl ring, third in a row. No one's ever done that before. Now we can have some fun with that though, right? I think we can. I mean, Curtis sent me this little beauty. I love this one, especially the end of it there where it says, the sperm of Archie Manning. So I don't know. I try to keep this family, ways, but that's just a word. What anyway? Texas were doomed from the start. Come on, the players like Will Anderson, they openly suggested prior to the game that we're playing against both, and that's what you call a self-fulfilling prophecy, because Houston went into the game with an excuse to lose. Anything that the refs called on them was even remotely questionable. They could say, hey, see, the refs are against us. And not my fault. It's the refs. They're against us. And that's what they kind of did. But the real reason why Houston lost, I think it's simpler than that. It's nothing to do with the referees. It's got to do with their offensive line. 8 sacks and a blocked kick. Well, the kicker missed 3 times. Well, one was blocked. I blame that on the offensive line. So here you've got an offensive line that can't protect its own quarterback? Oh, come on, man. C.J. Stroud's one of the greatest young quarterbacks in the National Football League. He set records last year. Well, this year the offensive line has been terrible. They can't protect him. Only Caleb Williams got sacked more times, and he's a Bear. He didn't make the playoffs. How good is C.J. Stroud? He brought Houston, with all those injuries to their wide receivers, to within a game of the championship prior to Super, of course, Final Four. Within a game of the Final Four. That's pretty damn good, right? But also the other thing to me that really struck home was they were unable to stop the Chiefs when it mattered on a 14-play drive in the fourth quarter when Kansas City started on their 19. The first play was a 15-yard catch by Kelsey called back by the referee called a penalty against the Chiefs, holding, put him back at the 10. So the next 13 plays, they went 90 yards. If you can't stop them, you're not going to beat them. Now, I know, okay, now here we go. All right, there was a call on that drive. A couple of plays later, refs made, let's call it a questionable call for the moment. A late hit. But even the former VP of officiating, Walt Anderson, he said the call was right. But Troy Aikman, who we're going to use as our expert, did not like the call and thought it was a bad call. So all right, one bad call. But what happened on the bad call? It's a 15-yard penalty. Takes them from their 40 to the opposition 45. Okay. And it's no longer 2nd and 7 after that play. It's 1st and 10. That's okay. What about the other 12 plays on the drive? You couldn't stop them. And that is why you lost the game. And there were calls that went against Kansas City. As I just mentioned, that holding call could have snuffed out the drive easy enough. Houston was playing pretty good for most of the game. Just when it mattered, they couldn't. right? Where Kansas City does. But that, well, this one, that catch, the bobble against the sidelines, that was a controversial call. But did you hear Kansas City whining about it? Absolutely not. In fact, Troy Aikman, on that little bobble and the 34-yard catch by Schultz, said, if this catch is ruled to be complete, then I don't know what a catch is anymore. There's our expert going both ways. Honest, I like Troy. I mean, I saw the call myself and I thought, it's kind of like a weak call. But I've seen other calls during the game, but that didn't make any difference. They still went the whole field and scored. So the difference is, I think, that Houston is obviously psyched out by bad calls, and it's drilled in their heads, don't touch Mahomes, don't touch Mahomes. And then when they do, it's out of frustration, and then they usually take an extra step and they hit him in the, and away it goes. And then we all get into that, there's a conspiracy. Well, there isn't, though. But here's what I want to show you. It's about frustration, and I was trying to figure out how to explain this properly, but I'm going to go to the National Hockey League the other night. And there's a video clip I have here. It's the final minute of a game, final 10 seconds of a game, where a player from the Vancouver Canucks is holding Connor McDavid for, 10 seconds. Because, as he said afterwards, we were up 3-2. They're trying to score on us. I wasn't going to let him go. I know the penalty was being called anyway, so why would I let him go? But it's not the actual penalty. That's the determination to win from that young man. But you look at McDavid's reaction at the end of it, where he hits him in the face. He got 3 games for that cross-check. 3 games for that. And Vancouver did hold on and won the game. There was 2 seconds left when they finally blew the whistle. But Garland did his job. But McDavid hit him in the face anyway. There wasn't anything violent before that. He didn't really call for it, and he deserves the 3 games. But if you segue that to the National Football League, that's all game long. People are being made to look bad by Patrick Mahomes. So at some point during the game, they're going to do something like that, and they're going to get called. It's like they just get so frustrated, they can't think straight. Bang, and you've got Houston. You've got a problem. That's all. So before you start thinking, hey, they got robbed. No, they didn't. This weekend against Buffalo is going to be a fantastic game. But yes, you know that I want Kansas City to win because I've seen dynasties in all sports except the National Football League, really. Well, the New England Patriots. I don't like the Patriots, but I really wanted that unbeaten season. I wanted to see them do that. Tom Brady, 7 Super Bowls. I don't think anyone's ever going to beat that. I saw that. You saw that. And that's what it's all about. What did you see in your life? I hated Wayne Gretzky, but look what he did. I don't like Connor McDavid, but look what he's done. I don't like Tom Brady, especially as a football player, but hey, look at him. I saw all that, and so did you. And when you get a chance to see history, especially in this salary cap era, you take advantage, embrace it, because you're witnessing something that's never been done before. Possibly. At any rate, please please subscribe. I'm here all week. I'm CJ. This is the Dirty Landry Experience. These playoff games this weekend are going to be phenomenal. Enjoy.